Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to That'll Beat $8 a podcast, aka the Black Awareness Rally of podcast. You can be rocking with anybody else in the world right now, but you are here with us. And for that, we do appreciate this man Pledge alongside my main man B.
What up?
And we welcome all of you guys to the discussion. B, what's been going on, brother?
Hey man, life, man. Real life, real life, real life, real life. How about you?
I hear you, man. Things have been going well, man. It's been 2 weeks, man, but it feels like it's been 2 months since we did this, man. But happy to be back in the booth, spitting hot fire, 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 fire.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Yeah, it felt good. It felt good to get to something that's kind of normal, some kind of fun this week. So,
I hear you.
but anyway, that's life. All right, man. We kind of late on this one, so I guess we didn't get to play as much. Let's go ahead and run the Black Awareness rallies.
For sure, for
Let's
sure.
get all this crap out of the way.
Where you want to start it off with?
It's up to you. I'm just trying to get situated real quick.
I
actually
will
prepared this
start
time.
with our community moment, and it's going to kind of correlate to what we're talking about today throughout the show. But Pepsi has started a campaign to help Black-owned restaurants with their Dig In campaign. And just to kind of give you some brief some information on it, Pepsi launched a multi-channel campaign to urge support for Black-owned restaurants and help them generate more than $100 million in sales over the next 5 years. The soft drinks brand Dig In effort not only highlights several Black-owned eateries as in a new national TV spot, but also provides business services, training, and mentorship to help select restaurants grow. And as a part of the effort, Pepsi plans to expand its Black restaurants delivery program, which provides 8 weeks of consulting and helps restaurants boost their online ordering and delivery service. After piloting the program in Washington, D.C., Pepsi aims to help 400 restaurants in more than 40 communities close the digital divide in the next 5 years. So shout out to Pepsi for helping our restaurants in our communities with that initiative. Yeah, that's my community moment for the week.
Pretty darn hefty. Look at Pepsi trying to come through and play nice after they done gave everybody the sugars. But anyway, you know what I mean? We'll take it. Start looking give horses in the mouth. All right, here we go. My community moment comes from. Let me see. I'm gonna change mine because
Speaking of the sugars, I'm pretty sure you heard of that high school announcer, man. Maybe if he would have had Pepsi.
Hey man, they can't help it, man. They ain't keeping up fast enough. It's like being in Shaq in the league in 2012. The game was changing. Cats wasn't changing fast enough. Let me go with Cuda. Cuda raises $25 million dollars in a Series A funding campaign to help people from the African diaspora manage their money. So
Oh, wow.
that is a community moment. Nigeria's Cuda Technologies raised $25 million in Series A funding round led by Valor Ventures with the participation from Target, Global, and other investors. So look at
I
everybody
got
from
you.
different communities trying to come in. It's co-headquartered in London and Lagos, Nigeria. Cuda offers mobile-first banking services to help people from the African diaspora manage their money and credit digitally. Cuda services are currently on live in Nigeria, and this is the first African startup that Valor has financially backed. Rising tide lifts all ships. So,
Financial stability or financial freedom is definitely a big step in helping people to get established and helping people to be more confident in
right,
what they're doing. And then, and to take it steps further, once you establish, your personal thing is the next step is to build, that generational wealth that we always talk about. So, big ups to getting, the first step started to, helping people become more financially confident so they can go out and make moves in these streets.
true. Hey, real quick, guys, if you with us in the chat, I posted a link so that you could join in on the show. When we get to that portion, you'll be able to click the link in the video. It's the top comment pinned, and you guys will be able to come in and talk and ask questions, and basically your audio will be on. You'll be able to click in, and I'll let you in and all that wonderful stuff. All right. I guess supposed to be on at 2:30, so we might not be able to get to nothing. She's just gonna have to ride with us the whole show. So let's go ahead and get these next two out. What you got? Where we going next?
For my Miss Black Awareness rally pageant, I want to give a shout out to a young lady by the name of Shelly Bell.
Mm-hmm.
She is the founder of Black Girl Ventures, and just to kind of give you a brief info on it, Shelly Bell created Black Girl Ventures to reimagine the way Black and brown girl women entrepreneurs get access to financial and social capital,
Mm-hmm.
crowdfunding, pitch competitions to Black Girl Venture incubators.
Mm-hmm.
She feels that disruption is the key, and that's the ingredient that's going to keep Black Girls Ventures going. Shelly believes that every idea has a chance to succeed, and actually found her on the Nike app. So Nike has partnered with her for people to, support her business. And Nike's just doing some amazing things out here in these streets. So
consistency, man.
Big shout out to Shelly Bell and Black Girl Ventures.
That's what's up. All right, Nike, keep playing. I'm gonna have to keep giving you some money. You need to go ahead and get Jordan a brand though if you're serious about it. But that's another conversation, another show. All right, my Black Awareness Rally pageant nominee will be Dr. Ashanti Johnson. She's the first Black woman to be a chemical oceanographer in the United States of America. I'm going to just leave it at that. Shout outs to Dr. Johnson. She's over with Texas Instruments and Exxon, doing big things there. And you guys look her up, put on the wall. It's Women's History Month for another 10 days. Go ahead and put some respect on her name. All right, what you got next, champ?
For my arts and entertainment, sports entertainment, I want to once again give a shout out to the NBA for the All-Star game. How everything played out. I mean, it was really, really a highlight to the HBCUs, to where you had Black bands that were performing the introductions as the players came out. You had specialized artwork on the floor. And then also to kind of back it up in the, bronze sponsorship with FAMU, as well as, I don't know if you saw it on ESPN Plus, but Chris Paul, he had a show that highlighted the North Carolina Central basketball program, which is the HBCU that plays out of the MEAC. But I think it's like a 4-episode show on ESPN Plus.
Okay.
That Chris Paul kind of brought attention to, since he's from the state of North Carolina. But it's highlighting that behind the scenes, basketball, like, where they show you all the behind the scenes stuff or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know. I'm a sucker for those things. I love them, maybe just because I aspire to be a coach someday. But
you're already coaching, man. You're already coaching. Maybe you aspire to be a coach in a different league.
At a different level.
Yeah. Different league.
So, but shout out to these NBA players that aren't just talking about it and not paying lip service,
Right.
but are really putting their time and resources and connections behind uplifting these HBCUs. So.
Right. Big up, Chris. Big up, Chris Paul. Mine is a bit of a. I guess I found a loophole, I should say, to celebrate the arts and entertainment. I'm going with the young man by the name of Dominic Darby. He's an 11-year-old African-American kid who just won a coding competition after creating his own video game. So that's how I put the spin on the entertainment. So the young man created some entertainment using this little noggin. So shout out to Dominic Darby for winning that competition. And again, he created his own video game. So that's my arts and entertainment section for the day. Let's try to move real quick. Topic 1, so people can at least see what we want to get into for the day. We're definitely talking about African Americans and customer service, aka Black Customer Service. And as the first question is letting us know, we'll hang out here for a little bit till our guest arrives. We're talking about why black people can't get the customer service right like Chick-Fil-A. Why black businesses can't do it like Chick-Fil-A. I know that was a huge conversation back in June that we didn't have a chance to touch on. And when that was popping off, a lot of people were saying, support black businesses. White people don't want us in theirs. We should start our own. We should support our own. And naturally that led to, well, when we be going in there, why black people don't want to act right? Why the customer services be lacking? Why they feeling like we at Publix or at Chick-fil-A or at Target? So, those are, Chick-fil-A just happen to be the trendiest when it comes to great customer service. But, there's other industries, organizations that are getting it right. So, I can't see my chat, but yeah, man, why black people don't act right, man? Why we don't want to get a customer service up like Chick-fil-A? I'll have you guys know. Here's a bit of an anecdote. So last year, right around the start of the pandemic, I think it was back in June, maybe even like May, I went to McDonald's to get some fries. It was like a Saturday afternoon at like 12, 1 o'clock. And so I'm in line. The line already long, right? So that's the first problem. The line long, and this McDonald's happened to be in like a predominantly black area. And after like a 20, 30-minute wait, which I'm just, at this point in time, I'm just assuming this was all of Atlanta's customer service experiences, because everywhere I went, I was just having something crappy happen. So I was like, all right, well, I'm accustomed to waiting for 20, 30 minutes at this point in the drive-thru. So I get all the way up to the window, the box to order my food. And I just wanted some fries. I just wanted a large fry because I just had a taste for some fries. And so my response was from the attendant, we ain't got no fries. I'm like, nigga, how you ain't got no French fries? You McDonald's. What's going on? And so
they ain't sent out like a national alert or nothing like
listen,
hey,
man,
we ran out of fries. Like,
apparently,
to warn everybody
I don't know
America.
how you run out of fries in your McDonald's, and then it's a McDonald's like a mile and a half up the road. You probably could have borrowed a bag of fries from. Like, what's going on? And so, all of that is a part of the experience of black run restaurants. That's just one of many anecdotes that I can come up with. Now, to be fair, because we're always trying to be fair here. I know I can go to a certain McDonald's, on the other side of the neighborhood, and I can get everything I need fresh, ready to go, and that's also black run. I don't know who the management is, but I do know there's a few black managed McDonald's around here that I can get good service. But it took a lot of trial and error to find that one. There's 4 McDonald's by my house. Only one of them operates at a level of decency or above, and we just need to know. We going black businesses, because if it's owned and run by black people, we want to know what's up. Why the customer service ain't popping off right, Kwanika? So that's where we at. Why does it seem? It just seems. I don't have any data. I don't know if anybody's done any data on this, but God dang it, what's the problem, champ?
You
saw what LA said? Hey, oh, man. Nah, LA, we ain't talking about them. Because for some reason, for those of us that ain't in the chat, LA say he went to a white Taco Bell in Tallahassee and he didn't have no meat. Listen, man. We talking about black people right now, because there's this big trend online that we need to be black this, black that.
Support black. Yeah. I mean, I've been out of the direct customer service realm for a while, on the working side, and I can say that if you're an establishment, and I've never worked for a black owned company, so it's never been, where I'm working for a black owned company and I'm trying to represent the owner or the management in a certain space or whatever. Even though I'm a part of people who do have their own businesses, and you always want to try to represent that well. So I will say that. But I don't know what it is, man. But you and I, we work in customer service, and it's like you can work with every other race of people or whatever, but when you see that black customer, it's almost like you just kind of relax a little bit because it's like, oh man,
brother,
it's that. Yeah, I'm saying it's like you've been.
Well, we got a couple stories from our hotel adventures that you remember the young lady that came in talking about hook up on the fries. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, the hook up on the fries.
Yeah.
Guy,
our guest is here, guys. We wanted to make space to have a black business owner come in and talk with us. So y'all be nice. This is her first time. She's doing her thing. She's, from what I've heard from other references, she's got good customer service. So let's try to welcome the sister in, and let's see if we can have a very well informed debate, discussion, good time. It's a hangout, and we just want to make sure everybody give space to be heard and seen, and we're gonna try to have a good time. So I know some people have been talking about wanting us to have more women on the show because they want to have more women-centric topics. I don't know what a women-centric topic is, but I don't know. This is what I heard from a couple people. They want more woman-centric topics. All right. If we can get her, her feed is loading up right now, but we'll keep going for a second. So to Pledge's point, Pledge and I have both. Oh, well, real quick, her name is Jarra Brown. She's the owner of a. Would it be a salon or stylist? She's a stylist or a salonist. I'm not sure what the proper term is when she and her technical when the feed get right. I'm sure she'll be able to answer. So I don't know if it's my internet or what. But Pledge and I was working at a hotel. Was that about 10 years ago? 11 years ago? 11 years ago? Man, it's been 11 years.
Yeah, it was a while ago. About 12 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. 11 years ago, we were the night shift guys. And we were, the guys that were in charge of everything from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. It was a big hotel, well, mid-sized hotel, 140 rooms. So, there'll be a lot of different adventures down at Ybor. I'm sure y'all know what Ybor is like. For those of you that don't know, Ybor is kind of like Tampa's version of the French Quarter and Mardi Gras. And we've had tons of adventures that we had to deal with. So, Pledge, take it away. What happened? What the young lady coming in?
No, I'm saying this is kind of just this isn't anything like a one specific adventure or event, but it was just saying kind of in general is when you work at a job and a majority of your customer base is non-black, when you get that black customer, I think your first thing to do is kind of be like, not relax your standards, but just kind of be like, oh man, what's going on, bro? You can change your lingo a little bit or whatever. And so I think sometimes that comes into play when maybe you are dealing with your own people, when you're supposed to be keep everything professional, but you just happy for that one little break because you feel like they'll understand you a little bit more. They might cut you a little bit more slack than anybody else would in the same circumstance. So.
I got you. I don't know, man. She kind of hit your boy with some shade, but we got Miss Brown here with us. Miss Brown is a business owner for more than 10 years. She does braids, faux locks, which would be.
Hey, I'm here. I'm just having a few volume issues.
It's all good. Can you hear
I'm
me?
not able to hear you on my phone.
You can't hear us?
No, I'm strictly reading your lips right now.
Wow. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Um,
Hold on. Let me see.
yeah, I have my volume turned all the way
It might be me. Hold
here.
on.
I'm just not able to hear any audio.
Did you hit join with audio? Let me see. Hold on, yeah. Hold on. LA, what you mean? Is it a barbershop theme to the show? What are you talking about, guy?
There we go.
Oh, can you hear me? Jarra?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly now.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We
Yeah.
can hear you. Hold on. Jarra, man, you gonna give us the video so the people can see the wonderfulness.
Oh,
I mean, if you don't want to, that's cool. We were prepared for that.
hey, I'm a little shy. I'm a real behind the scenes, behind the camera type person. I like being behind.
Well, what if people want to go to your page and see who the owner is once we start pubbing your business? There you go.
Oh.
See, that didn't hurt, did it?
Oh, there we go.
You look like you was prepared.
No.
So how you doing,
A
Jarra?
little bit.
You look prepared. You look well prepared.
I'm doing great.
All right, so
Thank you. Very, very happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us today.
So
Yes, it's been really nice listening to the conversation so far.
thank you. We usually a bit more out of
Please
pocket.
chime in.
than
I mean,
this.
how do you feel about it? So,
Out of pocket, not at all. I have a few feelings when it comes down to customer service and service in the U.S. kind of period, and
Wow.
what it's led up to, because we're so used to big business, corporate companies, and how do we change our expectations almost so that we can support Black
Mm-hmm. So,
or small business.
okay.
Sorry.
Okay. We wanted two things to try to get two things accomplished. We wanted to ask you, what challenges you face when trying to deliver customer service. That was going to be our second topic, but we got started so late. And then our first topic was, what's stopping? What do we think? Just as consumers of other Black businesses or Black ran businesses, what's the obstacles that they're running into? Because McDonald's not having French fries is that's beyond me. I don't understand that. I mean, we get the McFlurry machine always now.
It's almost unacceptable, right?
So yeah. But you don't go to McDonald's.
You should always have ice cream
or French fries. Now we got to go all the way to Wakanda or Queens to get a McFlurry. But anyway, yeah. So what you think? Why? Let's start with other businesses. Ones that have multiple employees. You got Popeye's, perfect example. We had that crazy situation in 2019 with the new chicken sandwich, and I know when I tried to get me a couple sandwiches, I was in line for 2 hours. What's with that?
But listen, when Chick-Fil-A came with the comeback, they had the line wrapped around the corner and the people outside with the touch tone, what is it called, with the iPad taking orders. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's whip this up.
Have you ever been in line for more than 15 minutes at Chick-Fil-A?
Absolutely.
You have? Okay. All right.
Absolutely, but it's a good 15 minutes. I know what I'm waiting for.
Okay.
I'm prepared.
Oh, we lost her.
oh man,
She'll be back in a minute, y'all. We lost her. Y'all forgive us. When she come back in, we'll go right back to her. In the meantime, in between time, I guess we'll go back to our first topic. We know Chick-Fil-A, because she was about to answer that. We know Chick-Fil-A they're gonna have us right. You know what? Let me push back on that for a second, because I know people be mad. It's a Chick-Fil-A up here that's black run right by my crib, and it is the worst Chick-Fil-A I've been to. But let me say this as well. There's two more black-owned ones that if I drive a little further north, that they're black run. It works just like clockwork. You know what I mean? Everything is what you're accustomed to seeing at Chick-Fil-A. So I don't want anybody to feel like I'm just deriding black ones.
So this Chick-fil-A, they be saying you welcome instead of my pleasure.
Yeah.
What be going on, man?
Yeah,
they be like, you welcome.
Yeah, they be like,
they be like, that's not even a slogan.
Yeah, we like, see you tomorrow. And you'd be like, what's going on? So it's just this Chick-fil-A. It ain't, you know what I mean? There's 3 here. You see tomorrow. All right, bro, see you tomorrow. And I'd be like, yo, whoa. And you know what? I don't even know what it is, but a friend of mine, a friend of the show, we had like a real hearty debate about this, her and some of her friends, and we were talking about what do we think is the reason that these establishments have lower quality customer service. And Chick-fil-A has a name, and when you hear Chick-fil-A, you just expect wonderfulness. You know what I mean? Quick, even if the line's always wrapped around the building unless you get there like 6 in the morning. But you don't mind it because they're going to get you in and out real quick, right? So in that regard, I was shocked when this Chick-fil-A wasn't doing the damn thing right. And so in accordance with the conversation our friends had, we tried to break it down to 3 different areas. We said, is it the training of the staff? Is it the supplies? Like, are they well stocked? The cleanliness, the timeliness of the food and the establishment. And this Chick-fil-A was just always drive-through for me. So all I could think of was it was either stock or the friendliness or the training of the staff. Now, with that one I would say it was the training of the staff because, they kids, but Chick-fil-A is always kids, unless you've seen different. And it always seems like it's a pleasant experience for them and us. So what's the difference? What do you think, Pledge? Because I done waited at that Chick-fil-A. Matter of fact, that's the only Chick-fil-A that I see, and I see they line looking like all the other Chick-fil-A's, and I just avoid it. Because I'd be like, this one ain't gonna be quick.
Yeah, I think it's, the leadership and the message that people want to get across. You're part of some brands, and the customer experience or customer service is constantly kind of drilled into you, and it's a part in, what you're measured on, what the brand or what that company is measured on. Mm-hmm. Customer service is a part of that measurement of if it's a successful brand or not. Yeah. And so I think it's something that, it depends on what those business focus on. Okay. And, and that's one thing I would, be interested to ask our guests is, hey, is it customer service something that you focus on, or do you just focus on doing, the job that you get paid to do? And then customer service kind of secondary. So that's something I would ask somebody that's still a part of the service industry. And I also would ask, what are some of the things that we can do to help Black businesses? Okay. Can we be a little bit more understanding? Can we, have a little bit more patience when it comes to dealing with them? Because we know that they may have challenges around those things that need to be worked out before they can get to the point of providing the excellent service that they aspire to provide.
So would you blame the company or would you blame management?
Like in the Chick-fil-A example, I would blame management, because that's one thing about being a franchise or being a brand is that brand people, rock with you because they expect the same level of service every time they go there. Mm-hmm. And so if you're one out of 1,000 Chick-fil-A's who's not meeting that standard, it's that one bad manager. It's not the whole brand that's at fault. So like you say, what that manager chooses to focus on, that's what has to be improved. So
all right. It seems like a simple solution, man. you would think Chick-fil-A got the money. You would think Chick-fil-A can handle business. But that one Chick-fil-A, I know they're doing numbers. I know, because their line is just like all the other Chick-fil-A lines. It's always right around the building. So what's going on? Like, do we just not want to do certain jobs as black people?
I'm saying, but the thing is that they're gonna, and that's the thing too, is that there's no incentive to change or improve if I'm going to treat people however I want to treat them, and my line is still wrapped around the building. What's your incentive to change? You're saying, like, if people are still patronizing their business, they're not hurt. But if people stop coming to the business, they'll be like, all right, well, we're losing money. So what's causing us to lose money? Oh, our poor customer service. So if we increase our customer service, the money will come back. But if people like, our customer service is poor, but we ain't lost a dime in revenue or whatever. So what's the impetus to change? They're saying they can't hear you, B.
My bad, y'all. Yeah, I was talking about Temple Terrace. Me, Jarrell, Temple Terrace, about 4 years ago, going through the drive-thru. I fixed it. Going through the drive-thru, and we was ordering the food. Jarrell ordered his Whopper Junior meal, right? So I got my food. My food was straight. Jarrell's sandwich wasn't cut in half as requested. So he said, hey, you guys didn't cut my sandwich in half. Can somebody cut it? So the girl was like, we ain't got no knife. And she gave Jarrell a plastic knife. So Jarrell was livid. So we drove around to the other side to go in the restaurant. Jarrell wanted to go in the restaurant to complain because Jarrell's thing is, if you don't complain about the customer service, they ain't going to improve. So, he went in, complained, and they cut his sandwich in half. But the manager was like, we'll apologize, blah, blah, blah. So that's Tampa, though. We come to Atlanta. Yeah. Jarrell got the same. I'm telling you, every time this boy go to Burger King, he got a new story. He don't have the story about them not having no more Impossible Whopper patties. They burnt the one they gave him. That was the last one they had. They ain't got no more. He want to talk to the manager. The manager go talk to the associates, and they saying the same thing. So what incentive does a large company have to change? Because we could say the small companies, y'all just going to lose money. And we know that we could say that incentivizes them. But y'all, what y'all think? Do we just need to?
Hey man, LA is on a roll today, man.
What'd he say?
LA is bashing our customer service in the podcast, man. He's saying that no sound, no guests, having private conversation.
Ain't no customers having private conversation. What customers having private conversations? Who?
Oh man,
LA got
that's
jokes.
Funny.
If the people told us what they wanted, you know what I mean, we'll try to honor some requests. So LA got jokes. But you can ask anybody in the comments. You know what I mean? We listen to the people. So y'all got to incentivize us by bringing more followers, like, share, and subscribe. But man, what y'all think, man? How we supposed to fix it? What's supposed to change? Because LA owns a business. I think Konika runs a business. Let's see who else in the chat. Miss Deering, she's a customer-facing employee of a company that, they don't do good, they ain't running. Hey, man, y'all click the link in the chat. I pinned the link to the top of the chat. You can call in and share what you think about how to fix this if you want to be on the air, if you want to be on the mic. You know what I mean? You get to share what your opinion is, and we could have a live discussion.
I mean, I feel you because I was in a situation yesterday. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but working with somebody.
We got Jarra coming back.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay, cool.
I can hear you now. Jarra, you good?
Yes, I'm back.
All right.
Sorry,
it's all good.
Technical difficulties.
It's all good.
All good.
But yeah. Go ahead, Pledge.
No, I'm saying while we have the guest, I want to make sure that we just get her thoughts and opinions on things, and make the most of her time with us. So.
True. Jarra, can you turn your phone sideways for me? Like on the side?
Yeah.
Perfect. Maybe move it a little center. There you go. I don't know how you. Oh, look at you with the back lighting. Okay. Looking like a movie.
I'm a hairstylist in the Tampa Bay area, so it's really important to get like good pictures, good photos, great lighting. But right. I don't know what kind of time you guys are on, but to answer your question earlier, I feel like the reason why a place like Chick-Fil-A is so sought after is because of the value that they put into their company and their clients. Like they know they want to be here to last. They know that they're going to be here for years to come, decades to come. So there's a certain amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? But it's just effort and money and time. Yeah, that they're not only going to put into their employees. True. They're going to put into the quality of their food.
Real quick, can you turn the camera a little to the left?
This way.
There you go. All right. But no, we agreeing with you so far. But that
investment, yeah. I mean, that type of investment is going to make people come back because the quality is just that great. So that's the first step. Now, I feel like if every business, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure they invest a lot of money and it's taking them some time to do this. But, I think smaller businesses just kind of need that time to figure it out, I think Chick-fil-A was able to prepare for a chicken sandwich surge because they got to learn from a place like Popeyes, because Popeyes went through it first.
Okay.
So they learned from Popeyes' mistakes. Like, okay, this is what they did wrong. Here's what we're gonna do right. Like,
all right. So from what I hear you saying is I think I hear two things. Let me make sure I'm hearing these right. The first is you got to care about the craftsmanship or the customer service. You got to care about that part of your business. And then the second part, once you care, okay. And then the second part is you got to put time and energy and trial and error and learn. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely takes some effort.
Well, from what I understand about your backstory, from our mutual friend, that people loved your.
Man, looks like we lost her again.
Oh, she lost. Oh, okay. She'll be back. Ooh, we're just gonna get into it, because the mutual friend that we had said that they really appreciated her attention to customer service and interacting with the customers, right? And so our mutual friend was like, yo, you need to have her explain how she's able to deliver such a wonderful experience to her customers when, that seems to be such an uncommon experience going to small black businesses. And
gotcha.
when we get it back on, we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do this. LA, thanks for the compliments and the jokes. Seems like I said, your creations are nice and unique. Thanks, man. Hey, real quick, while we waiting, I asked this today on the show. And this is like the perfect segue because I want to get to this today. And this off topic, y'all, but we got to do it because somebody was posting on. How you go? Well, Pledge, you probably don't see it, but how people go on Facebook and you be scrolling through your timeline. You got all these posts about, people cross you. You got to be able to cut them off and protect your boundaries and don't let nobody disrespect you. General consensus, right? And then the person that posted that particular one, I was like, man, you got to let people keep disrespecting you and manipulating you and having these terrible experiences with you so you can enjoy the R&B music out there. Because if you only let them disrespect you, how can you relate to the R&B music, right? So I then asked Facebook. Well, I didn't ask, I told. And y'all let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. You have to go through some manipulation. Somebody got to cheat on you. somebody got to treat you like a booty call that you only see after the club, and they got to manipulate you and just abuse you for you to be able to relate to R&B songs. Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
No. Hear me out.
Like usual.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Mary J. Blige, her songs are about getting over heartbreak or going through heartbreak. Whitney Houston's songs were getting over heartbreak or going through heartbreak. Turn your camera. You know, those were all those songs, right? None of those songs, their general brand is, I got done wrong, I'm in pieces, somebody trying to get me put back together, and everybody can relate to these. But don't nobody want to listen to Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely no more. Why don't nobody want to listen to that no more? That's about a man being happy that his kid was born, and it's a cute baby, and he's happy that he got the baby.
Because, I mean, it's not dramatic enough. That's why.
See? It's not painful. If you don't got kids, can you relate to that?
I mean, that's a good point. I mean, until you have when both of my kids were born, it kind of hit me like a sack of bricks. So
right, you were singing "Isn't She Lovely," or he in your case, but
yeah, yes.
So, but come on, players, tell the truth. When Joe was singing all the things your man won't do, basically player hating on another dude trying to steal a man's girlfriend, could you relate to that song? Have you ever been in a situation where you're trying to steal somebody's girlfriend?
No, I have not.
Oh, how about the song Mary J. Blige with No More Drama and, you know, All the Pain, Looking for a Real Love? Can you relate to that song, or is it just a good time?
I think you are going to the extremes.
Okay, let's find another song.
Love and relationships have their ups and downs, have their you know, good moments and moments that are not so good or whatever. So I think you're talking about the extremes. Being able to relate to the ups and downs of loves and relationships, I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to, even though it might not be as extreme as somebody stealing your girl, or as extreme, you know, as the you know, the situations that Mary talks about. But I think just ups and downs of a normal relationship, a lot of people can relate to.
Okay, all right. So Dominique said everybody listen to music that's relatable. I don't. I've never sold crack. I've never I did drink once till I passed out, but that's a different conversation. I've never had sex on drugs. I've never had a lot of relatable experiences in R&B music, but I still listen to the songs because, you know, it's like a documentary. No, you don't know what it's like to be Woody Allen molesting his stepkids, but you can watch it and say this is a well-made documentary, right? There's a documentary on HBO about Woody Allen's molesting of his kids. Or Britney Spears get manipulated by parents for money. I can't relate to those, so those are still, I'm just looking at this enjoyable, informative. I can't relate to none of Mary J. Blige songs. I can't relate to none of Jagged Edge songs. I guess Party, Where the Party At? I've asked that before. But Joe, maybe don't want to be a player. I don't know. Players, I don't think I'm a player. Come on, man.
Wow,
I'm not tripping. This isn't the extreme.
I'm kind of shocked at Miss Bradford saying that she never thought she would agree with me, but she does. I'm kind of, I don't know how to feel about
Those are not extreme cases, Q. Q, think about it. Stevie Wonder songs. What songs do we know about Stevie Wonder? The most popular one we got is Ribbon and Iron Sky for Our Love, right? That ain't about no heartbreak and being on drugs when you're at the party or marathon sex stuff. It's about two people in a wonderful relationship, and we're happy, and we're celebrating that our relationship is working.
I'm saying, but that's why Stevie Wonder's music is kind of timeless, though, because you can play that and it relates to this day. So I think what music passes the time test. And Stevie Wonder and Earth, Wind, and Fire, those cats have passed the time test to where people still listen and that music still resonates with people because it is a correlation to what people experience in life. So
So how about this? R. Kelly's "Feeling on Your Booty." That's a charge. It's a rape charge. It's an assault charge. So you telling me that music ain't popping no more because people can't relate to catching assault charges, or that you have to be in a messed up situation to enjoy that song? Because I never liked that song. Didn't even like it. Didn't even enjoy it. But can the ladies in the audience let me know if they like when some man was walking by in the club and just groping their butt? Is that?
But
you like the song because you can relate?
R. Kelly or that music didn't age well. So I mean, I think it didn't pass the test. It didn't age well. So, but as I said, you see what does age well, and that's what you have to kind of pay attention to.
So if it ages
not
well,
what's hot right now.
Not what's hot right now.
That's what hot right now, or hot for a brief moment, but what endures.
I mean, Whitney Houston's national anthem did endure, and that is the only song of hers that might have endured. Her renditions of other people's songs have also endured. What else y'all got? Come on, man. I'm Every Woman. That is Shaka Khan's song, and that song has endured. How
did you find a way to bring this conversation into this show?
Well, because it happened today on Facebook.
That is talent. That is talent right there.
Anyway, hey, does anybody want to call into the show on their phone using the link in the chat so that they can be on air and we can have a real-time discussion about this? I mean, I see the chat going up. I don't know what Exuberant B is talking about with the summer rain. I don't want to dance in the rain in the summer. I don't want to get sick because my AC be on when I come in the house. Let's see.
That Tall Thomas joint was nice, and I can still listen to that today.
I'm Emotional. You can listen to I'm Emotional.
That was the worst song on the CD, but
okay. So Carl Thomas made crappy R&B music. Let's see.
No, the CD was hard. It's just that Emotional song was the worst song there. But LA is wilding once again.
He said your guess is related in the terrible. Stop, man. You better just. You've been a fool. Anyway, I really appreciate. Shut up, LA. Oh, Waleed in the chat. Waleed, you gotta turn your camera on. Waleed, you gotta turn your camera on so we can do this second chat. Waleed, we're finna let Waleed in the chat, y'all. Well, right now. Oh, actually, Waleed is a small business owner.
Yes.
Waleed is a small business owner, so maybe he'll be able to talk about both topics because I know he loves music as well.
To the original, that's probably the first black-owned business in the history of Earth. So, this is the one black business that every black person has probably supported at some time in their life.
Yeah, I mean, so was the other. Getting your head done, boy. It's important. It's sacred, and it's a timeless tradition that it has. It's timeless. But yeah, I don't get it, yo. Like, why do we have to listen to painful R&B? Like, you got Stevie Wonder, who has a plethora of songs that are just about happy stuff. No, it ain't got to be about no crazy heartbreak situation. But you said that's timeless music. So why don't we strive to make more timeless music? Why do we try to manipulate people's terrible experiences?
I mean, I think that young people who are making today's music, I think that it's a shift in mindset. It's not the
Right, you love Chocolate
taking
Factory,
time to put in love and to build a relationship. I mean, it's just straight to the to what. So I think that the music kind of
you did love
mirrors that.
You did love to jam that Chocolate Factory. Was it Chocolate Factory?
Hey man, that was a long time ago, man.
I mean, wasn't Happy People on that album?
Long.
I'm saying, but Happy People was on there. I will cut Happy People some slack. Everybody did like Happy People, except for me. But everybody liked Happy People. I think I might be the only person that does not enjoy R. Kelly's music, any of it, not a single song. But man, y'all help me with that, man. Why do we lean so heavily on the sad, depressing music that exploits our emotional pain and unhealthiness or uneasiness, instead of listening to stuff like, I don't know, Prince and his song about friendship? He was apologizing to a friend, like, "Hey man, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings or anything." Why don't we like that kind of stuff? Do we have to be in pain
Because
to enjoy R&B?
singing a song like that means taking accountability.
Oh, here she go. Jarra, turn the camera on, Jarra. We gotta see your face when you say that.
I would love to.
Oh, but your camera.
I'm afraid if I turn on
Yeah.
the video, you might not be able to see or hear me.
All right, cool. So we got Jarra back on, and she was letting us know. Dang. Go ahead, First Lady Jarra. Go ahead, keep dropping the gospel.
Oh man, no, a song like that. Honestly, I've never heard that Prince song before. I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's called Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Yeah,
Was that about a friend? I always thought it was about a lover.
Same thing. I mean, you can't be lovers if you ain't friends, right?
Touche.
But we found a segment that we were going to segue into. Waleed, I saw you. You called into the show. We appreciate you. We want to try to get Jarra to chime in with us real quick. And while she's
determined.
Excuse me. But go ahead. I think I'm gonna figure out a way to work around all of this. But go ahead, Jarra. You were what you think? You think we could listen to R&B that doesn't have to be so blues centered?
I mean, but so much of R&B is blues centered.
But
R&B
it doesn't
stands
have
for
to
rhythm
be.
and blues.
I get that, but it's like we're abandoning rhythm
Like,
just for
it's
blues
your
now. What's
happy
going on?
times, It's your happy times and your down times. It's all of that wrapped into one. So I think it's a matter of just accepting all aspects of that. Like,
So
you know
when the
how these
OJs,
days people,
go ahead.
go ahead, you first. Oh, okay, real quick. Like, you know how people these days are usually like, oh no, I don't want to be around any bad energy, no bad vibes.
Right.
It's like, baby, we're all yin and yang. We're
Right.
all positive and negative. We're
Right.
all good and bad. Everybody is not all good all the time.
So what I'm saying is, right? Why do we spend so much time harping on the negative? Like when the OJs had Cry Together, I couldn't relate to that song. I was like, well, that group remade it in like '01. And I was like 16.
I mean, but you cannot.
No. Well, I guess I could. I could find a way I could make myself relate to it. But that was about, you know what I mean? We were trying to fix it, and we cried as we were trying to fix it. Everybody else on this, oh, I'm on drugs, and don't nobody love me, and I'm so distraught, I think about killing myself. Well, what is that?
Man, you don't even want me to get into my opinions about that.
Well, you on the show. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
I feel like...
I saw you, Waleed. We just wanted to honor the guest.
So I felt like the overflux of this type of music is all an agenda for like just the Black race period and what we decide to digest. Like when you listen to, I know you guys are in Atlanta, we're here in Tampa, and in Tampa we have, was it 94.1, which is like a hip hop station, it's a mix station, and then we have 95.7, which is an R&B station. But then we have 94.9, which is like soft and contemporary. And it's what most people would quote unquote call like a white people music. But 94.9 is the most chill vibe. Like all the music is positive. All the songs are about being in love. And just like, that's what I listen to when my son's in the car. So, I mean, absolutely. I do not, as much as God rest his soul, Juice WRLD, and a lot of these young men, they all talk about sadness and suicide. Those are things that I don't need
be
my
pumping
to
it.
digest.
So what? Okay, so hold on. Okay, I'm please don't go anywhere. We got someone else called into the show. I guess everybody want to be in here today. Oh, yes. Hold on. Tio, can you hear us? Oh, Mr. Bradford, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Mr. Bradford, yeah, we can hear you. Jarra meet Antonio meet Jarra. So
Nice to meet you.
You guys, we'll make space for the guests. This is awesome. What's your take on it, Mr. Bradford or Antonio? How do you feel about this incessant, desperate, depressed need to listen to desperate, depressed R&B. We talking about as far as Mary J. Blige, Whitney Houston. I'm gonna even throw Denise Williams in there because she got Love, Stop Making a Fool of Me. And then we go all the way to the current time, and like Jarra was saying, we got Juice WRLD, Summer Walker, drug obsessed, opioid addicted R&B that is just taking over the charts. Help us out. What you think?
And for my take, I think this could be generational almost. When a lot of us was young, and people always talk about when they wake up and their mom is cleaning the house and the music that they're playing, you know, I mean, they had the Luthers out there, but a lot of that music, I mean, what I was about to type is, do people actually sing when they're doing, that uplifting music? I know we have some artists out there, the Stevie Wonders, with, showing their craft, Prince showing his craft with the instruments, but how many people do you actually hear that soul-touching voice when they're just making that uplifting dance, they're dancing and trying to sing at the same time? I don't know if it's not in shape, but people sometimes just want to hear that golden voice, and most of the time it comes out in that bluesy, that heart-touching when somebody's been hurt, even taking it back to the church. I mean, so when people want to hear that good soul, that good singing, I think that's why they tend to, listen to that music, because there's plenty of times I'm not down, but I just like to hear some good singing, but I don't know. I mean, I just think people they just lean towards, if you think about who's making the dancey, the uplifting music right now. I mean, you have like the Beyonce, you said the Mary J. Blige, even with what's his name, the Cuban singer, he just dropped
Bruno Mars.
Leave the Door Open.
Bruno Mars, yeah.
Leave the Door Open.
Mm-hmm. Bruno
I
Mars.
like the vibe of that. I like the vibe of that song. When I saw them perform it, I was like, man, is this gonna be my generation's Temptations, heartbeats, type music, So I don't know. It's a great question, man.
Jarra, what you want to say? React. Then Pledge, I give it to you after that.
I think it's all about where you're getting your music from. Like, I listen to a lot of different music platforms. I'm really big on SoundCloud. I like to just pick a playlist and let it ride. And usually they'll play people I've never heard of before that have amazing voices and amazing songs. And then I'll click on their album and go through a deep dive and listen to their own whole album and pick a few songs from there. And I think that there's a lot of great R&B artists out right now. Like, I don't know if you've heard of DVSN or Snow Allegra, Harriet Smee, Earth Gang, which is a rap group out of Atlanta. I've been listening to them for a few years. And they all make positive, uplifting music.
Division and Snow Allegra, though?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you have that.
Vibe.
Okay.
Vibe.
It's vibes are different than positive music. I don't consider a vibe necessarily positive or negative. It just means to me that you're enjoying the mood that it sets. But the lyrics can still be crappy or negative.
Very true, because there's an artist that I love named Sir, and Sir has a song with Sabrina Claudio, and the song's called "I Just Want to F You and Leave."
Isn't that terrible?
Song.
Isn't that terrible?
It's so horrible.
It is so terrible because you love the mood that it sets. The chord arrangement. There's a lot of science involved in music. All right, let's real quick. Yeah. So we can't get the topic up and running the way we wanted to. So Mr. Bradford, can we get one more comment from you? Then we're going to try to let somebody else join in. Waleed, if you're still with us, man, you're still interested, you can call in and share your thoughts on it, and we'll get Miss Jarra to respond. And in the meantime, players, you got.
It's more of a question right now. Name somebody who's out right now that has a positive, uplifting song where you can be like, man, they're singing, and that's a positive message they putting out. That's
Easy,
all.
her.
Yeah, and another.
I love her. But okay. Yeah,
and a person that people just hate for some reason. I don't understand why, but I guess because she's too good. Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Like Beyonce's last 2 projects have just been about uplifting black people and stuff. But for some reason, nobody ever thinks about Beyonce. I guess because they don't. I guess they don't feel like she can sing, which is really odd to me. But play it. You got anybody?
None. That Lion King album was amazing.
To me, music is kind of nostalgic in some ways, to where it kind of brings you back to, you hear songs and it kind of brings you back to moments in your in your life, to where you had good experiences or good things were happening during that time. So a lot of the music that I tend to gravitate to is kind of older, more back in the day type stuff.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Just say Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire is the greatest. They're the greatest group ever. The greatest group ever.
Sam Cooke.
I mean,
that's too far for players. Players is Earth, Wind, and Fire all
too far,
day.
but Earth, Wind, and Fire, Stevie Wonder, those. That's like my speed or whatever. Even though I haven't had a gig in probably a year and a half, but I DJ. So a lot of times when I'm, if I'm preparing for a gig, I am listening to some more minds. And a majority of the gigs I've done have been an older crowd, so they are kind of in line with what I'm listening to as well. And here's one thing to keep in mind too, is that if you are a DJ and you are playing music for a large crowd, people of all different ages or whatever, a lot of the music that comes out today, it limits what you can play for, one, because of the things that they're talking about and the nature of how they talk about it. Older music, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about Earth, Wind, and Fire offending anybody, because so that's something that I keep in mind when I'm playing for a large crowd who doesn't want to hear anything that's crazy or over the top. Where I don't have to worry about saying, oh, if I play this, somebody might get turned off on it or something like that. So that's something I keep in mind too, is what audience is the music built for, and that's one reason why it's kind of easier to kind of lean towards older music, because, as I said, and I'm not talking about like hardcore hip hop and the late 90s. I'm more talking about more R&B and stuff. So those are the things that kind of come to mind when I think about what I gravitate to or what I will play in front of a large crowd.
All right. Well, that was a little fun little segue. We're gonna have to abandon it because I want to respect Jarra's time. We appreciate you, Antonio. Thank you guys for chiming. Thank you for chiming in, man. Thank you for calling in. And if everybody don't know, Antonio's like our big brother on the show. Well, one of our big brothers. I got several big brothers, but he was the OG that looked out for us when we got to USF. So, man, we appreciate you, man. We're gonna try to steer the wheel back to the actual show topic. While we got Miss Brown in here, we want to respect her time and her expertise. So, Miss Brown, if you still want to rock with us, can we get like another 15 minutes? Is that cool? Jarra, if you're there, unmute yourself. I see you still in there. If you still with us, maybe another 15 minutes, so we can hear what your experiences in trying to deliver that customer service that we all hold so near and dear from Chick-Fil-A. All right. All right. Put that back. All right, Miss Brown. You turn if you can. Oh, you still on mute? Did I have to unmute you? Hold on. Let me unmute it. Ask to unmute. There we go.
There we go.
All right, test. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you turn? Is it possible for you to turn your camera? Because we got you sideways. All right. Yeah. So, Ms. Brown, what's it like for you in your business to try to, because again, your customer service was recommended to be top notch in your experience. Tell us what it's like making that happen, and is it hard to expand your business so that can happen with more people and employees?
Yes, it's very difficult. The job that I do, I'm a hairstylist, and I'm using my hands the majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't have a lot of time on my phone. And most of my services are really long. They're like 6 hours per person. So by the time I do get the chance to look at my phone, it's either super early in the morning or late at night. And text messages and DMs and things like that, it's a conversational thing most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I only have time to answer a message, and then I don't get to talk to that person until later again that evening or in the middle of the day.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to give that person who's here in front of me right now my undivided attention.
Gotcha.
So I've honestly tried hiring someone, like having an assistant to help me like with my messages and things like that. But then it got to a point to where I couldn't afford really to keep that person on. And it wasn't because I didn't want to or because they weren't doing a good job. It was more so because, like I said, I just couldn't afford it. In between that and everything that I was doing for my clients, I wasn't able to balance it out at this point. So I still try my best to just like give everybody, every single person that I talk to, I try to give that same level of time and energy to, whether it's via text message or in person.
Yeah.
The thing that makes that difficult is, and I'm so grateful for it, but I have like over 200, 300 clients. I'm not really sure.
Really?
And yes. And I'm one person. So all of them are a priority. But how do I, as one person, make every last person feel like they're a priority? You know, it's definitely a struggle. But I love what I do so much. And I love the outcome, not just how they look, but how it makes them feel that I tough it out, you know?
So I heard you say you did hire somebody and you couldn't keep them staffed because obviously, you know, the world just experienced something for the first time in over 100 years. How does a small black business owner deal with that particular situation? Like, what options do you have? Because, again, the person that recommended you come on the show said you have great customer service. From what I talked to you about, you know, people seem to be pretty warm, and you do have a style that you want to communicate with your clients during the booking process. Can you tell us a bit about both of those? Like what your style is and the problems you have trying to bring somebody else in to help you do that?
Definitely. So I've been doing hair professionally for about 15 years. And I would say 12 of those 15 years have been a serious struggle. I got my first book schedule, I think, after when I was like 31. And that's after practicing cosmetology for years. And a lot of that was trial and error. And not only that, but figuring out my niche, like you said, my style, like what was my style. I think my biggest problem in the beginning was that I was taking everything. You know, my business was in survival mode.
Now, what do you mean by taking everything? Like just all types of customers, anybody that wanted to get some services?
Yes. Whatever you want, I can do it. If I can't do it, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
But, which is cool. It is kind of a noble thing to do. But the problem that comes along with that is that when you come, you know, most of my clients before Instagram were recommendations.
Okay.
And when you come highly recommended, and you do something you do something for the first time. Right. And it's not excellent, you know, up to their expectations, that can come with some problems. So I had to learn to kind of scale back and, you know, become an expert in certain things.
Like what?
Become an expert in the things that made me feel good.
So
if they made me feel good to do it, it's gonna make my client feel good.
So let me ask this, because I've heard this
Sure.
when I was trying to be a food truck owner slash chef a decade ago. Um, when I was doing my research about opening a food truck, I was seeing a lot of experts say that the best thing you can do is to start out with a very small menu and perfect the items on that menu. And if you're lucky enough to expand, you can add other items to the menu. And so I perfected 3 dishes, or I guess 3 items that to this day I can cook with my eyes closed. Is that what you mean by saying you had to scale back in terms of what you were offering clients?
Yes. And honestly, I scale back just about every few months. Like I sit down and I analyze my my service list, and I'm like, okay, what do I love doing? What am I accepting but I'm not really that great at, where I could recommend them to somebody who is amazing at that.
Okay.
So definitely, I think that's something I don't want to say that I learned late in the game, but I definitely learned later in my career that something that comes to me a lot. My grandmother used to always tell me that I was a jack of all trades, and I didn't until I got older realize that what she was saying was not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
You know, it means that you're good at several things and you're doing several things, but you need to figure out that thing that you're great at and bolster that.
Now, from what I hear,
Yeah.
is putting faux locks in people's hair, and I'm bald. Would you be able to, work with this situation, or is that one of the situations you would have to turn the client away and be like, you know what, I got somebody better for you?
Yes.
Okay.
And learning that that's okay. You know, also learning that that's okay. It's okay to be like, you know what, I am not the best at this, but I know at least 3 or 4 people who are. Hear their information, let me connect you, and being able to turn that money down. That's the guy
You
you
got to get to the bag. That's the third biggest phrase in America right now. Get into the bag. Get to the bag. Get to the
But
money.
it needs to be the right bag, though.
What does
You
that
don't need
mean?
a bag that's gonna stress you out.
What's
You
a
don't need
right bag?
The right bag. Not every bag has your name on it.
Oh, okay.
And I think
Yeah.
I think from what I'm picking up, you say the reputation behind the work that you do, you want to keep that as pristine as possible, and that's
Yes.
what's going to help you grow your business. I mean,
Yes.
that's kind of what I'm picking up on what you're saying.
Definitely.
So if you don't want to take all the bags, how are you supposed to expand your business to hire more people to help you deal with the 300 clients? Make them all feel like a priority. You need all the bags. That's what all the rappers be saying. That's what Saweetie just did. She took all the Birkin bags from Quavo, even though she lost the Bentley. But how are you supposed to balance that? That seems like an impossible feat.
I don't think it's impossible. Right now, I feel like I'm in a little bit of an organization phase. Um, last year, I think I spent a lot of time trying to grow instead of, with picking up an assistant and things like that, instead of fine tuning my business. Where I was at this level of success that I was at, success for me, that I was at. And this year I kind of recognized that, like, okay, I see what I did last year. And I found myself spending.
Ooh, where Florida Evans at when you need her? Man, we was in that, man. All right, y'all. I don't know if we can do this one. Man, she was about to say some profound stuff. Listen, y'all, man, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us like you always do. I mean, yeah, we sorry for the technical difficulties. We're trying to give you guys what you're requesting. We're trying to honor people's time, yours and the guest. And she's Zoom is killing her phone battery. Like it's destroying her phone battery. So that's why she's having the trouble she's having. But I certainly I felt informed. I learned a lot. We didn't get to get the entire 15 minutes, but Pledge, how'd you feel about what she said?
I think, what she was saying about kind of focusing in on, the things that you're great at, and you being able to hone in on that is what's going to ultimately make you successful, as opposed to trying to be good at a lot of things, but being great at a couple of things, that's going to take you further. So I do kind of agree with that. And, as far as the customer service thing, making everybody feel like a priority, you know, that's something that all of us can try to do in whatever field or whatever endeavor that we are working in, is try to make everybody that we're working with feel like they're our priority, and making sure that we're giving our absolute best to them, because that's what's going to help grow our business and help us be as successful as possible. So.
It's tough, man. Drell said he wanted to do a monologue about how bad Burger King is. Listen, Drell, one of the guys. Look, Joe Budden be having 3-4 hour podcasts. If y'all want to get Drell the amount of time he need to talk about how bad his experience at Burger King continues to be, then y'all let us know, because Drell has a lot to say about their bad customer service. I don't know why he keep going there. He keep going. That's the question right there. That's the question right there.
Is it the same Burger King?
It's not. It's
hoping you gonna go back and
see.
have that
Matter of fact, Drell. Click the link in the chat. Chime in. Jarra needs to know, despite the terrible service you continue to get from multiple Burger Kings, why do you continue to patronize that business? Because I'm sure Jarra could use some advice on, even if she has a hiccup, because she's not perfect. Nobody is. She's not a machine.
No.
How can she deal with keeping that customer? Gerald, if you out there, if you're able to do that. But go ahead, Jarra. You was about to drop a real big bag on us. You was about to drop a bag. I knew it was gonna be a clean bar too. Like, I knew you was finna say something. It was along the lines of we were talking about you securing different types of bags, and you said you were scaling back because you had to refine, and then you cut out.
Oh yeah, just realizing everything is not for me. Like, I worked in every type of salon setting, so I can literally do everything. But because I can do everything doesn't mean I need to do everything if I can't do everything to the standard. That standard of excellence. So no, if somebody comes to me and asks me for a lace front and multicolor, I'm probably not going to take that appointment. And it's not because I don't want to do it. It's because I feel like that person deserves the best. You should get the best. Now, if you want to try something, then maybe I can work. Maybe I can work with you. But like, if this is your birthday, something great going on, I am going to send you to the best.
Okay, honey, the best.
Yeah.
Well, somebody. Go ahead.
No, like, for instance, like our friend with the Burger King experience, I really think you should give Red Robin's a try. You really need to switch up your burger service. Like, they don't have the best service. They may have some decent burgers and it's fast, but the service sucks. Red Robin's may be a little bit slower, but the service is gonna be great and the food is excellent.
It don't even sound like you getting no decent burgers no more. So somebody in the chat, Exuberant B, asked in the chat, did you hire a personal assistant? That time that you did you hire a personal assistant that, I think that was me that time. I really think that was me that dropped that call. I am so sorry. Yo. All right, man. I'm a players. What you gonna do, man? You want to end it, or we want to wait? Drell waiting on you, man. We're gonna let Drell do his wrap up. We're gonna let Jarra do his wrap up, and then we're gonna we're gonna let Jarrell bring us on home. But guys, it sounds like it's really hard to be that person that's delivering good customer service. We're about to ask her what it was like to hire somebody that would continue to deliver the type of customer service that her clients have come to expect from her. And just an adage that I've seen play out in real life, watching my dad run a small business for 30 years, is good help is hard to find. Lots of people want a paycheck. Lots of people say they want to work. But when it comes time to get that phone call at 5:30 a.m., to be up and ready to go at 5:45 a.m. so you can go out to that job site by 6. I was in the car as a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, seeing a lot of guys say that they want to work. They wouldn't answer the phone when he showed up at their front door to pick them up. So I can't imagine that has changed very much. Players, what do you think? Because I know you, at one point, you were working for a guy that was a small business owner. And I'm sure he could have used some extra help at some point.
Well, I mean, I somebody I kind of pay attention to is Gary Vee.
Is that Gary Coleman's brother?
No. It's like a marketing guru. He's real popular on social media platforms, and he's a business owner. I think he got started. He actually started as a kid selling sports trading cards, and then his family had a wine business, and now he majority marketing.
Okay.
And he always lets people know who own businesses is that like your employees are not going to care about your business the same way that you care about your business. And so he always kind of warns business owners of that, like they're not going to take ownership because it's not their business to take ownership of.
Right.
And so I think people have to keep that in mind when, they're working with employees, or they expect employees to offer the same level of care that they have in their business, is that they didn't build the business. They don't know how much how hard you work to build it. They're just there to get an hourly check. So I think that's something owners have to keep in mind when they're dealing with different people that are handling aspects of their business.
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this last little bit. We ain't gonna keep you too much longer, Jarra. If you whenever you say you done, we're gonna end the show. So it's gonna be on you.
I'm sorry it keeps shutting out on me.
Yeah, just we appreciate you for rocking with us. So we trying to do whatever. All right, but go ahead. We wanted to get to the part you were saying. It's hard to find somebody. You heard Plash. I mean, you was in here. What's that like for you? What's that been like for you? Finding help.
Finding help is man. So there's a few things. There's finding someone that you trust with the way you run your business, and then finding someone who takes your business as serious as you do, who doesn't just see it as just a job or a paycheck, like you mentioned earlier. Because when they don't see, I think my hardest thing is finding somebody who sees the vision, who believes in the vision and is willing to work towards this, because it's not just going to benefit me, it's going to benefit both of us. I think that's been the hardest part for me.
It looks like you might be in a Burger King right now. You look like you're in a booth right now.
Am I muted?
There we go. There you go.
Boom. All right. Well, I just feel like just since it is a fast food restaurant, and I've recently started doing the non-meat thing. Sometimes I still want to eat my trash food. So in doing that, I go to Burger King every now and again because they're the only fast food place that offers Beyond Meat or Impossible Meat substitute. So no matter where I have been going to consistently, like at least within my radius, I've just gotten trash service. So just trying to figure out why that may be, or at least monologue the services that I have gotten and how trash they have been. So it hasn't mattered cities. Like B, we went to a Burger King one time before, and I asked them to cut the sandwich in half, and they gave me a knife. So I just asked for my food. Like I've tried, like I'll say no mayo. I said no mayonnaise. Like I don't know how, I don't know what combination of words to possibly say to say no mayo. Man, it's like about 4 or 5 miles from the house. I got to pass 3 Burger Kings
But
to get to.
but so yeah, background story. So this Burger King is about 5 miles away, and I go on my lunch break, and my lunch break is only 35 minutes. I'm able to get there, get my food, and come back home before my lunch break is over. So we know the service is quick, and I don't have problems with my order. So I'm asking Drill, why not just drive the little extra distance or 2 exits? You're gonna get the home faster, and your service gonna be the way you want it. What's wrong?
Because one, I don't subscribe to that. I feel like you have just been getting lucky in the stuff that you order. It just hasn't been an issue for you. But
I
anytime
mean,
you go,
McDonald's with the no fries thing. That come on now. I mean, it took me a while. It took me over a year to figure out which McDonald's is the one to go to. Like, I done went to the two around the house at 6 a.m., 6 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 p.m., 1 p.m., 1 a.m. It just wasn't mattering until I found the correct one to go to. And ever since then, I haven't had any problems.
yeah, like the one I spoke to you about, that was the one with the knife. That was the one in Tampa. There was also another one in Tampa where they just wouldn't let me order food because their system went down. And I was like, I have cash. They were like, we're not giving you food. So I was like, I was like, I don't know if I should understand. Like, you can ring it in later.
Yeah.
Like, you keep the money and just give me the food. Like, I don't know, but I had cash and I was willing to give them cash for my food. Okay. Because I was that hungry. I think I was traveling at that particular time. And then just the ones by the house, oh my gosh, they're horrible.
They're all horrible. Like, the only good space. I mean, you could talk because you live by the crib.
No, go ahead.
Like I was saying earlier, this about 2 miles around the crib, a 2 mile radius, everything's terrible. Even the Chick-Fil-A is just barely outside of that 2 mile radius, but compared to other Chick-Fil-A's in the area, they aren't the best. So everything around here is black run. I don't know if it's black owned, but everything's black run.
I don't even know. I hope somebody from Burger King is hearing this, because I just want to air out, like, the one on Flat Shoals. Like, you never have Impossible meat, and I don't know if that's just like a thing where you guys don't necessarily sell it that much, so you don't order it enough. But I always order it when I go there. You don't have it, and then I go to the one on Candler. It's just trash. The service is long. Like, I went there.
That's the one where the girl accosted me into giving her my phone number. I was scared.
Yeah, I went there like 2 days ago, and when I went there 2 days ago, the thing was long, so I went inside. The door was locked, and I was like, "Why is the door locked? Why is the door locked? It's 3 p.m. Why is the door locked?" And then you would think that it's because of COVID, but no, I had went there maybe like 2 or 3 weeks prior to, and the doors were wide open. So I was like, "It's not COVID." And then I went back to my car, and I was cursing inside my head, and then the lady came and unlocked the door, was like, "You can come in." I was like, "No, I don't want to."
See?
I don't even want to.
Drill be getting like fights with every fast food restaurant.
I feel like if I have money, this is America. If I have money and you have a product, there should be no problem. None.
Look, man, you better go to Panola Road. That's all I got for you, man. I don't mess with Burger King on this side of the city. I go to Lithonia, so
I'm so sick of it. Why is your door locked? Why?
Well, let me ask this, Drill, because you are a sole proprietor, business owner. What's it like for you to find good help? I mean, I know you're pretty good about letting people come work with you if they need a little piece of change, or if you got extra work and you need a little bit more manpower. What's that like for you?
I think one is just developing a relationship with people, and actually like the people. Because when I was doing videography heavy, there's like a circle of videographers. So you tend to see people a lot. You see their work, and it's a little bit easier because, in the social media age we live in, you're constantly seeing people's work. So you see what they're capable of doing. You may work with them on a project or two, or you may see them in passing, like when you're just out and they're working a job. So you get used to reaching out to those particular people or saying that you want to work with people. So if you have a job and you know it's going to be more people than you're necessarily, well, it's going to be more of a task than you're necessarily able to handle by yourself, you bring people on. I feel like, one, if you're making enough money and you're able to, I guess, not necessarily share that money, but bring on more people, they're going to be willing to work with you, and they're going to reach out to you when they have a job that they're not necessarily able to get to. So they want to make sure that they're able to keep their clientele by servicing their clientele whenever they need it. So, I mean, whenever it's needed. So they don't want to say, I can't help you find somebody else. They want to be able to reach out to someone. And the same with myself. So if I can't necessarily do something, even when I'm in Tampa, like, I will definitely tell them, or I will definitely reach out to someone for someone and say, hey, try this person, or can you do this particular job, or hold on for a couple of minutes. Let me see if this person's available.
Okay. All right. Well, you think it's tough to kind of run that, or like what's helped you get that mindset? Like, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but as far as I remember, you had a camera in your hand. But how did you learn that bit of information?
I mean, I learned that because I'm just a collaborative person. So I think that's just one of my gifts. I like working with people. So because I feel like I have a certain skill set, but I also have a certain frame of mind. So if I'm just doing something just from my vantage point all of the time, I may be like leaving something on the table. So I like working with people, or at least being in a collaborative space. So if I see somebody doing something, I'm going to look at what they're doing and look at just necessarily what they're doing, because it may help me or help my workflow a little bit better, or they may do something creative or lead me to a creative thought that I never thought about before.
I got you. So you just care about delivering the best craft possible, the best product, and if that means going outside yourself,
because like, iron does sharpen iron. So it's kind of like one of those things where I feel if somebody's better than me at something, they should get a job over me. But my thing is, I constantly want to be around creative people because I feel like that's only going to make me better. So I'm always trying to bring people in and hear what they have to say.
So it seems like the two biggest things I took away is, one, you just got to want to do it. You just have to care about the experience and the product you're delivering. And then two, you just got to have the resources or access or know where to get the resources when you need them. Because Jason just said Red Robin got unlimited fries, and I won't never have to worry about that. Red Robin.
Yeah, them steak fries on the point.
Yeah, I hate steak fries, though. But anyway.
No, I like steak fries.
What you got, Pledge? Because
No, I mean, as I said, I think the one common thread is that good customer service is something that people focus on. It doesn't just happen by happenstance, or it's not something that, it's just going to happen, but people make it a priority and they focus on delivering that to the people that they're working with. So I think that's the one thing that we can take away from this conversation today, is that, if we want to continue to grow our business and expand whatever it is we're doing, we have to, make the customer a priority and focus on delivering a good quality experience for everybody. And, it will return, yield positive returns over time. So.
Yeah. Just so, just to balance everything out, because, I know the show is about black customer service, but we know other ethnic groups aren't perfect either. Quashina did mention the experience with TD, I think it's TD Bank or TD Regions Bank.
TD Bank, yes.
Yeah, where they had a teller that wouldn't service a black lady who needed a $1,000 transaction, and she just flat out wouldn't do it because she felt like she wasn't comfortable. And we don't have any other reason to understand why she wasn't comfortable except that maybe she was black, because the customer went to another bank and an ATM and got the money out. So it wasn't because that was company policy. So, this isn't the perfect world, but because we're striving to make sure that we are doing the best that we can with our community, this is why the conversation has been important and necessary. Yeah. So if anybody got anything else they wanted to add, we hitting an hour and 50 minutes. I don't particularly mind, but I want to respect everybody else's time. So, Pledge, anybody in the chat?
Nah, man, we good.
All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank Jarra for joining us. I know we were having some tech issues, but man, she was a trooper. Like sisters are time and time again. So we appreciate her for rocking with us, man. Who knows? Maybe we can get her to come back on the show to finish that talk about R&B. So we'll probably touch on that next week. I don't know. We'll see. But I had a great time, and everybody that's here, we're on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you need to find us, we there. And if you think what we're doing is worth the listen, like it and share it. And just continue to rock with us, man. We appreciate everybody for joining today. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in. It is always fun when you guys are here and participating in the chat. And we're going to try to make this so that you guys can call in every week if you want to. And let's just keep having a good time. And let's see if we can keep marching towards 100 episodes.
Good show. Thanks for rocking with us. God bless. Peace.